like that
What's
song.
good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. Breaking news: The Joker 2, a musical. We were live, and I got this news from the chat as they were telling me live, and it looks like The Joker 2 and Lady Gaga is early in talks to join Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips in the musical sequel. If a deal makes, Gaga would play Harley Quinn.
I can see that.
Lady Gaga is in early talks to star opposite Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker. Phillips has been co-writing the script with Joker co-writer Scott Silver for some time and has finally shown it to the studio. Last week, Phillips revealed on social media the title of the new project is Joker, Folie à Deux, a title referencing a medical term for an identical or similar mental disorder that affects two or more individuals, usually members of the same family. And while the same social media post showed Phoenix reading the script, the actor's involvement is not exactly a legal fait accompli just yet. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that Warner's has yet to close a deal with the actor, while the two sides deep into it. Enter Gaga. Details on her character are being kept under wraps, but Joker is known for his on-off abusive relationship with Harley Quinn. The psychiatrist at the mental institution known as Arkham Asylum who falls in love with him and becomes his sidekick partner in crime. It's unclear whether Phillips and company are using other DC characters on striking their own, as they did in many instances with their first movie. If a deal makes, Gaga will play Harley Quinn. However, this new Quinn exists in a different DC universe than Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, which most recently seen in 2021's The Suicide Squad and several other films. But wait, that's not all. Sources say the sequel is also a musical. When Warner first made Joker, it was far from a sure thing. A dark and moody character piece with the project of Taxi Driver meets King of Comedy descent into madness in the late 1970s decaying city. Commercial prospects were deemed nominal, and it was only budgeted at $60 million. But the time it was released in October of 2019, Joker was riding the wave of adulation from the fall film festivals, which helped propel the movie into a record-breaking opening weekend, with box office analysts changing their prediction every day. It ended its theatrical run as the number 4 highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time. It then earned 11 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, and it won Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix and Best Score for Hideo. I won't even try that. Here's the script of how it looked and a musical. The Joker 2 being a musical. Who feels compelled to speak?
Oh,
Go ahead, Virgo.
yeah, man. Warner Brothers is already ready to shoot themselves in the foot with this one, dog. They must not like money at all because that shit will fail completely. Like, I don't know what in their right minds are they trying to do. To my understanding, with Gaga in it, I could tell they're gonna go to the woke route. I don't mind a new take on Harley Quinn, separated from Margot Robbie, but I'm not understanding where they want to go with this. Like they had a formula that worked, and then they just want to do a switcheroonie on it all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell's going on. They went from an Oscar nominated movie to that's just not gonna make $1 billion. I can say that.
What about movies that we think about like The Greatest Showman? That's a musical.
That's
That did
fire,
really well
yeah,
in the box
yeah,
office.
yeah.
If it's a musical in that light, I could see it being very artsy. I think about
I seen
Grease
Cats,
Lightning,
nigga.
that
And I seen trash musicals, nigga. I'm sorry, nigga.
Sure.
Who wants to see, you want to see the Joker sing, my nigga? If
No.
if that's gonna be the case, sing about her love and then beat her and all that shit.
I mean, to be honest, he's not really the Joker.
My love.
Number
is
one,
beat
the
it.
whole film was based on him shooting somebody in the head. That and
In his
Am I
mental
right?
disability.
and then he violently beat up the guy that came to his apartment.
I got
He
it.
doesn't really show much gruesome violence, and he is not a crime mob Joker lord like.
Yeah, I'm not saying he had
in
to
the
be. I'm
comics.
not saying he had to be that, but his character was evolving throughout the movie into becoming quite sinister. Am I not wrong?
So a musical is also a film too. So they
I
have
understand
dialogue,
that.
they talk, there's dramatic scenes,
I
and then
understand
there's
that.
scenes where they break into music, bro.
Right, I understand that. I see
I'm trying to open up my artistic eye. I could kind of see it,
Sweeney Todd.
but this shit is crazy to think about. Like what's the name of the movie with with Hugh Jackman and Catwoman.
Hugh Jackman and Catwoman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
No, I don't watch musicals.
Wait,
so
what?
Hugh Jackman and the actress that played Catwoman. Why am I drawing a blank on her?
What?
Princess Bride.
Oh, what's her
Interstellar.
name?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway and Hugh Jackman. Les
Les
Miserables.
Mis.
Les Miserables.
Les Mis.
I don't watch
Miserables.
musicals. I never seen that shit in my life.
It was good. I
It's
liked
French.
it. I liked it.
I've never seen that either.
It's gonna separate the fan base of what they created. It's a bad idea. The Joker's. Go ahead, Sad.
After.
All right. It's a bad idea to me. The Joker.
After. Then why'd you raise his hand while he was talking?
Yeah, I thought
No,
you.
so somebody else doesn't jump in before.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's a placeholder.
Niggas
It's the
ain't
wrong
gonna
place.
learn.
Yeah, it's the wrong place for
It's the
that.
wrong place for that.
But I feel like they didn't have a fan base to begin with the idea that they went with the first movie, and then they created a fan base because people went out, saw it. Now you're about to alienate that fan base, assumingly, if you ask me, because people that like musical are a very specific crowd. So you're gonna have to build an audience there, as opposed to work with the one you got. Like why such a dramatic change? And I don't understand. It's like you're also playing with characters that are established characters within the DC, comics and all that stuff. So when people hear Joker 2, I'm talking about your average moviegoer, like the people who are into the DC universe and with all that stuff with the Batman and all that stuff. They're just confusing their audience, if you ask me.
I agree.
It's like, oh, this is a musical, but it's a sequel to the Joker movie that's not a musical. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying you're making these weird choices with your characters. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not opposed to this 100%.
I'm not opposed to it either.
It's an alternate universe.
Ah.
Joker shouldn't even have a sequel. So this is just a bonus. Like, take it
I
or
got
leave it.
you, but that's
The
my
fans,
thing.
though.
That's my thing. Joker, when it was announced, wasn't even supposed to have a standalone movie.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, but
You're
you
playing
build,
with house money.
but you build an audience there. So why alienate them? You get what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I'm like, what's going on here? What's the purpose of this?
So, I feel like, Joaquin
Joaquin Phoenix.
Phoenix is the lead in one of my favorite movies, a lead. Lady Gaga actually stole my heart in
Star is Born.
A Star is Born.
Yes, sir.
I was not a Lady Gaga fan.
First tier I ever had.
And I will forever be one moving forward. And there comes a point in actors' careers where they can do whatever the freak they want. I think Joaquin has made so much money, and so has Lady Gaga. It's like, for them, this is fun. I get to pretend to be this person for... Now, Lady Gaga, you can't blame her because she's a singer. She loves musicals, and that's a slam dunk if they roped her in to do this. Now that she's a movie star and one of the best singers in music right now, it's undeniable, and I can see why they want to do this. I'm chubby. If there's cookies in there, I'm going to eat them. I know I'm not supposed to eat them, and sometimes I'll eat one. And I say, all right, that's it. I ain't going to eat no more cookies. Then if Jody looks the other way or Virgo ain't nobody looking, I'm going to eat another cookie. And that's how these Hollywood people are. They don't know how to make a couple billion and walk away. Like, oh, we did it. Now we got to come up with something new. This is completely different than what any of us expected. This is our minds are blown, but this is the point where, our Kendrick Lamar artists, people be like, there's no hits on this album. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to make any more hits. He doesn't care anymore. It's like, oh, we're going to play make-believe for the next 3 years with, like Jody said, house money. Just because it can be done doesn't mean it's a good idea. They swore to us it was a standalone movie. It existed by itself, and then came the awards. And first came the money. And when it's like, you can't walk away. Oh, we left some money on the table. We can't walk away from that. We got to go get it. Let's grab. They're going to wring. This is the problem with Hollywood. They wring it to the rag rips. They're going to get every drop of water out of that dish rag.
Doesn't look like it to me. Look like they're leaving money on the table.
No, this is going to make...
I agree with that.
Hollywood people love musicals. They're like, hey. Did you see Euphoria? The end of the season, people loved it. I was like, wait, what are we doing? But a lot of these Hollywood people grew up in the school play, and then they went off Broadway, and they were, oh, what a beautiful morning. That's what they want, and they want to get this out of Joker. It's like, okay, musicals always win awards, and comic book movies always make a ton of money. You know what's really gonna kill them? A comic book musical.
I hear
And that's
you,
that
but
shit at Homelander at Vaught Industries, and that's when I'm Homelander throwing that nigga out the window with that trash idea. That shit weak as frick.
I think-
out here, my nigga.
I
And
think
these
this
people can pull it
idea
off.
is good. I think it's good.
He did too good a job.
Isn't the goal to make $1 billion
In the
or more?
bathroom, he was like
I'll
doing
see
that
$1 billion
weird
of
song.
musicals.
You remember the weird song?
Yeah,
It's like-
And then,
Joaquin
and then
Phoenix-
going down the
$1 billion.
steps in the Bronx. Yeah, he made that song and they're like,
Hey,
you're a
hey,
true
And
talent.
that's why the musical idea, I think that's where it's come from. Now, the only
This is
thing
a
I'm gonna
45-minute
hate,
TikTok.
the only thing I'm gonna hate
This is
is
TikTok
Todd Phillips didn't
for
do a
rich
musical
billionaires.
before.
Say it again.
I will only hate if Todd Phillips have never did a musical before. Now,
Do you remember Wolf of Wall Street when Matthew McConaughey was like,
I didn't see Wolf of Wall Street.
he'll do that in a baseball game and the whole stadium will sing. That doesn't mean we need another Wolf of Wall Street with him singing all the way through it.
Okay, but hey, they could do this really well.
There it is.
He said Hollywood.
It's one of them.
And guess what else? While this is playing, he said that this Joker took him to the darkest place he's ever been. It took him almost a year to get out of his deep depression. So I wouldn't be surprised if something bad happens to him during or after this movie. I don't wish it on him, but I feel bad.
Said he just danced. The director said action, and he just started dancing.
They want to bring it to Broadway, y'all. I'm telling you, 6 years from now, the Joker will be off Broadway.
Well, with a musical, sure.
Played
I
by
don't see
Macaulay
why not.
Culkin.
I don't see why not.
I think that shit's stupid, bro. It's the dumbest idea ever.
I only think it's ridiculous because it's
But
a sequel.
We
It's
also
dumb.
gonna get lyrics in here that goes with the movie. It's dumb.
He don't need lyrics. They got Lady Gaga can sing the lyrics.
True that.
It's
Mr.
dumb,
J, shoot. What did I just say about Top Gun? They didn't kill him in the music section. You know if they can get on the radio and in the box office?
Too much power, bro. You get too much power. You keep doing that shit.
They did that in the men's room.
This is
Now, man, and then they did another one on the steps.
Everything was unscripted in there.
Right. So they're like, imagine if we had choreographers and Grammy-winning songwriters involved.
Okay, but
They
there's no
don't
problem
care
with
about
that.
their audience.
You have plenty of movies that have their first movie, second movie, maybe even third, but then you have that same movie, the musical. I don't see why this has to be a part two.
The Joker should never be a musical, bro. This is the dumbest idea that they even come up with. For them to even
They're experimenting, and it
for
doesn't
them
matter.
to even think of even doing this, that is idiotic. This is just a
Yeah! Links! The Indigo Child! Light me up, Daddy! Light up this studio, baby!
That shit was tight though.
Links the Indigo.
Man,
Child.
this shit was tight. I hated the Joker, bro.
Damn!
I
Links the Indigo Child. Welcome to first time donating on Jody's Corner. Welcome to Jody's Corner, bro. Joker 2 being a musical, and I don't know, man. Anyway, this one for the studio. Hey, Cole. Cole got his own merch now.
Oh,
That motherfucking cheek shirt.
nah. This was from the community. This was given to me by the community, by y'all. Nah, this ain't my own merch.
Back to the shit, man.
This shit is dumb, bro.
Bro, I think that you're gonna piss too many fans off. They're not gonna see this. They're gonna be upset, and they're gonna be forced to change it. If they don't change it and keep it out, this movie's not gonna make $1 billion. I don't know not one musical that made $1 billion.
They haven't cared about fans. They haven't cared about fans in years. Ever since comic movies struck gold.
They care about money though. This ain't no $1 billion idea.
But they want that Oscar.
They got an Oscar already.
It's gonna get an Oscar. It's gonna get an Oscar.
You know how La La Land? They love La La Land.
This is not a story. They'd rather have an Oscar for the studio, or they'd rather have an extra $500 million.
They want to go to the award shows and get
They
drunk.
want the money.
They gonna get it. They gonna get an award for the top musical because there ain't no other fucking musical out there.
In the Heights, for shit like that. Right? In the Heights won money. Like musicals, a whole genre.
This
they
is the joke.
feel like they can dominate.
Wants to see that shit. DC fans ain't not trying to see.
They don't care about DC fans anymore.
Hey,
We've crossed into mainstream.
This is not Star Wars.
DC comic book
Nobody
fans.
wants to see no bullshit with Lady Gaga singing it as Harley Quinn.
There's no such thing.
About that.
There's no such thing as the word BS and
that.
Lady Gaga in the same sentence. She's a true artist, and he's proven he's a true actor. Regardless, if it wasn't the Joker, we'd be all for it. It's not for us.
I'm for it.
They don't care for us.
I'm for it. Why can't it be Joker the musical, and Joker 2 could still be a thing later? Why does it have to be Joker 2 is a musical?
Why do it have to be a
that.
movie and not a Broadway show? Why it got to be a movie?
Because you can't make $1 billion on a Broadway show like that.
They ain't gonna make $1 billion off of this.
They're not gonna make $1 billion.
You think people gonna really go see this shit?
Yeah.
Maybe they're starting a trend that this is the first time
Maybe.
doing it.
Don't Lion King got a
He did
musical
say the
one?
experiment. I kind of believe that.
Don't Lion King
got
got
It's so crazy it might work.
And Wicked was actually really
but
good.
it's not for us.
And they're taking the risk of it not being an Elseworld story if it's part of that universe, I guess.
This just tells me they're going to fall back to the drawing board all over again.
Prince did a Batman
First of all,
soundtrack.
we clearly know that you're very surface level with your content for comic book movies. If anything like deviates from what it's supposed to be in your mind,
I didn't like the Joker at all. Them doing a musical, I definitely not trying to see.
All right, so if you didn't like the first Joker, then why do you think
this is
you like
stupid though? Not a musical though. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I mean, bro, if you didn't like the first Joker, what makes you go like the second sequel if they did it right? Right to us, not right to you.
Right. I hear what you're saying, but I don't.
You ain't gonna like it either way. So what does it matter to you?
Not a musical.
You the type.
You don't have anything
yo, we got a new hamburger for you with blue cheese and a brioche bun, and you like, nah, I want a regular bun. I want American cheese. I want the same hamburger.
I think
same
there's room
hamburger
for
since I
both.
was 5 years old. Want the exact hamburger.
I believe there's room for both.
But yeah, these people trying to do something different. I get it.
I believe there's room for both, and I believe they're shooting themselves in the foot. Because if they make the musical, calling it Joker 2, when and if they decide to make a movie that follows up the actual movie that they made, people are going to be confused as
But
shit.
we're whores. We can complain. We'll complain all the way to the movies, pay $15, and complain all the way home.
No.
This is what we do.
I'm going to go see
as
the
a
movie
community.
because I am going to give it a chance. I like the first Joker movie.
Me too. I like that shit.
I didn't want that movie. Didn't need it. And I sure as heck didn't want or need a sequel. So barring fact that I didn't give a shit about this sequel coming out or not, I'll go watch it because I'm very much more pro DCEU, not the DC Films universe, which is where this movie lines itself up in next to the Batman. So I'll go watch this thing hoping to get a good movie, but I ain't everybody. Clearly you see this nigga E is a DCEU nigga. And there's a lot of, and he ain't the only one, there's a lot of DCEU niggas here. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
And a lot of ones in the chat. They don't give a freak about the Joker. They care about the Justice League. What the next freaking Black Adam, Superman.
For 2 hours, I can take it. Lady Gaga and Joaquin have earned my trust as a patron. I trust Joaquin. If he drops the ball, he drops the ball. But knowing what I know about Lady Gaga, we're gonna see some stellar performances. And maybe she wants to be Harley Quinn. I don't know. But this is them living out their fantasies.
Hey man, I love you, but people like you ruin get
Oh
real shit
goddamn!
like this ruined, man.
Oh fuck!
There's no place.
I can't believe you just said that you got bullshit shit like that. What the fuck?
It's so ridiculous. You don't give anything a chance, though. You gotta give it a chance.
You can't
This
give
is
nothing like
radical,
that a chance,
bro.
bro.
This is radical.
This is where the fuck did they even get this idea?
Why you out of nowhere with this shit? Like a musical of the Joker? This is out of nowhere, bro. This is very much out there, is it not?
Yeah, I don't think it's a solidified deal. I think they want to see how the reaction goes.
You think so?
And they're leaking it on purpose so to see put us in uproar. We're all talking about it. We're gonna be talking about it. It does not hit me as a good idea. However, I understand why they're doing it. I'm not a fan of Joker as a musical, but I do know that what they saw from Joaquin and what Lady Gaga has brought us on the big screen, somehow they're trying to put it in a bottle and sell it to us again.
You'll be cool. Aquaman in the water, they do a musical with him and him fucking fish
In
and
the-
shit floating
in the water.
around. Fish and shit floating around and
Little
whales
Little
and
Mermaid
stuff.
sound
They
good,
singing.
actually. That
They
sound
floating
good.
around singing this shit.
That sounds
If
good.
And Aquaman talking about, I'm the king.
Yeah, nothing
I'm
wrong
the
with that.
king. What the
If
fuck?
That's
Andre
true.
3000, if Andre 3000 was putting it together, I might trust it.
You
You
crazy
just
as
don't.
shit.
Certain things you just don't touch like that. You can't leave that shit alone. You leave that shit for like the other movies with musicals. You don't touch shit like
They
that.
don't care about us, E.
They don't
We
really
whack.
care
We
about
gonna
it.
see everything.
By a raise of hands, who is open to watching this movie when it comes out in theaters and paying a theatrical ticket price?
I'm gonna watch it, but I probably won't like
Two
it.
people.
Gotta be all the way effed up. I
Come
don't care
on,
what
sport.
musical it is.
Oh, I can barely see that. That's a lazy raise of hand, and that's a freaking arthritis raise of hand.
Oh
All right,
my
so,
God.
so 3.5 people. This don't count as raising your hand.
Newsflash, E.
Use
Every
that
Disney
muscle and get that arm up there, my nigga.
Newsflash.
There we, there we
Every
go.
single
For us.
Disney movie we've ever seen was a musical. Every Disney movie.
That's Disney, though.
Disney,
But it was
Just
separated.
And they stopped doing that
DC.
shit.
Totally different.
I wish Disney brought that shit
Comic
back.
book kitty shit. Comic book
back.
kitty
It's
shit.
back.
Two different things.
Well, you're the
What movie?
same guy that wants the purest Milan. You want the purest Beauty and the Beast. You
No,
want
no.
the purest
I want you to
Lion
get
King.
Mulan right.
These
Oh,
are
live
musicals.
action. Yeah, they did it.
These are musicals that we went to see and love the characters. We care for Simba. We care for these characters.
Live action Lion King had nothing. It had nothing to do with Lion King that we saw, bro. That shit was trash. Mulan had nothing to do with Mulan from the fucking cartoon. Not even close to
That
being.
Mulan was weak, bro.
That was weak as fuck.
And why are you mad? Because you love the first ones.
And we
Because
learned the
Hollywood
song.
When you make a
knows
live
how to
action,
put.
when you kind of get it similar to that one, you would get it similar to the element.
$10 Patreon Xavier. Thank you, bro. We're at $6,380 for the new studio. All right, so you guys clearly don't see eye to eye on this situation here.
Yeah.
That's
E
good.
represents the fans, I believe. You represent cinema lovers like me. You guys are divided, bro.
But Lady Gaga fans alone will pay the market price to support this
They're
movie.
weirdos.
Not
They
enough
gonna
to
be
beat not
weirdos.
enough to beat the first Joker. The first Joker had a 60 million. The first Joker is the most successful film of all time. Do you understand?
Right.
It's the most successful film of all time. It's a $60 million budget and it grossed over $1 billion.
Right.
That's like $1 billion in profit. That's insane.
And they can't leave it alone. They can't leave that on the table.
Can the
It's too-
sequel
too
outperform? You
tempting.
think the sequel's gonna outperform that?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
And neither do they. But they want 2 years. But they want 2 or 3
I
years.
get what you're saying.
You see what I'm
If
saying?
they can stretch it out, a 15-year Broadway run in New York, Joker the musical. You could think.
Why
I'm thinking
was-
about ticket sales.
Why
for
isn't
20
it
years.
Joker the musical though? Why isn't it Joker the musical?
Because there's no precedence for it. This is going to be the precedence for having Joker in a musical and people accepting it on any format.
It could've
if
been-
you just release on Broadway out of nowhere Joker the musical, niggas be like, "Why
No.
is this a musical?"
No, announce it. Joker the musical. Joaquin, everything you're doing now, just don't call it Joker 2.
He just talking about the title of the
It's not
movie.
called Joker 2.
Good shit. I like
What's
that.
it
It's
called?
called. Nigga, we just looked at the image.
It's some French name,
Some French shit. Adieu, mais Dieu have you.
but that could be a code name though.
As long as it ain't Joker 2,
Move
man.
that shit at.
I
Right
believe
here.
you.
That's why I feel like it's biting off of
Folie.
Les Miserables. Joker, folie à deux.
All right, that's fine. This is fine.
Joker,
This is fine.
folie à deux. But they're saying it's the sequel.
That's my problem.
It's the sequel.
Then if it's the sequel, we got problems.
Nigga,
That's
don't
a
you know
code
sequel
name.
just by having Joaquin Phoenix in the
The
shit?
only
got
reason
problems.
it's a
The
sequel
same
is
directors.
because the
The same
same
director in
actors
this shit,
and
bro.
the same directors. Why would he go looking at unknown Hollywood scripts for Superman,
It
like
shouldn't be a
weirdo
sequel.
movies, when it's like, yo, you got to check, you got to big. Listen, bro, if you could figure out how to do this Joker 2 again, you captured lightning in
This is gonna
bottle
be the
once.
biggest money of his life. He probably got like $50 million for this movie alone.
Is Joaquin
A
Be a
$50
sequel.
million
Come on,
check.
Joaquin. Hmm.
Yes.
Is
Joaquin's never had a payday above 20, I don't think. This shit here, they probably slid that nigga a blank check on that table, said, fill it in.
Huh?
How much you want?
And he stopped at 50?
He probably wrote down 30. They said, no, you can do, how about 50? All right. I mean, nigga, your budget was $60 million. You made $1 billion. You could afford to give both of them, him and Lady Gaga, $50 million each, and then pocket the rest.
And please remember, nobody was really thinking about Joaquin at all when this shit popped.
Facts. And Skanka said, E, what about you loving the Arrowverse, trash nigga?
Oh.
Somebody said Flash did a musical too.
Flash did.
It did.
It did.
They don't, but it was separated. You see what I'm saying? They separate those things.
All right, guys. We're a little bit divided on this, but that's natural. The fandom, a lot of the regular traditional DC fans are not going to watch this
Not feeling
movie.
this shit,
But
bro.
I understand it, though. I'll still check it out just off of sheer curiosity alone. Thank you guys so very much for watching. We the Just Us League. We out this thing, man. Deuces. Told you that we leaving.
Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Thump that video. Free 99 all day. Don't forget to share and show love to the JC family. Let us know what you think about it. You like it, you don't like it, let us know what you think. Y'all know what it is. Let us know the truth.
Don't forget to thumbs up your butter teeth.